Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. And today I'm going to be doing a reading for the month of January 2020. We are going to dive in. I just feel compelled to do this. My sessions today have been really intense. I mean, I think that so many people are going through so much right now, and there's just a lot going on with the universal energy. So I wanted to pull some cards just to take a peek at what we can expect through January. And as I look at these cards, a lot makes sense right now. So we're going to dive in. Hi Mom, thanks for watching. We're going to dive in and see what January 2020 has in store. Before we dive into this, make sure if you guys haven't, if you're watching this on my Facebook, I'm going to be sharing this on my YouTube after, but if you're watching this on my Facebook, make sure you hit that subscribe button over there on my YouTube channel so that you get notifications for all of the videos that I'm sharing over there. I have started to share the January 2020 taroscopes for the individual signs. I did do the yearly 2020 taroscopes, so those are up as well. If you haven't caught those, make sure you find those on the channel, and I'm starting to share the January ones for the individual signs. I don't have them all up yet. I only have a couple up right now. Bear with me. It's been a very crazy busy month, and also doing the annual ones put me a little bit back behind with those, but I will have those up for you guys in the next couple days, all of them up for you. So make sure you get over there, get notifications so that you can catch when your monthly taroscope is uploaded. So we are going to dive in. I love this deck. Hi Jen, thanks for watching. I love this deck. I think it's fantastic. It is created by a woman named Cardsy B. She I actually remember watching the process of her creating this deck, and that's actually something I would love to do myself. So it was so fun to watch, and I love the energy of these cards. It's so much fun to just celebrate badass women, you know, who are doing their thing. So I love this deck, and some months I have been doing readings for all of my ladies, or you know, this is just for everybody. So just because we're talking about badass bitches doesn't mean that this reading is not for you guys as well. So we are going to dive in, and I'll tell you guys what, like, this is absolute insanity, the cards that I pulled here for January. We are really going to be working on our thoughts a lot. We are going to be struggling, I think, in some ways for some of us with getting our thoughts into the right place. I mean, this is going to be an exercise in making sure that you are redirecting your thoughts, that you're not allowing your thoughts to go into a negative place, that you are not allowing your negative thoughts to snowball out of control, and you know, that you are getting yourself focused, that you are not allowing that ego mind and that fear-based mind to be controlling the decisions that you're making. This is going to be a really important month for that. And if you're somebody who tends to overthink, this is going to be a really important month for you to try your best to surrender those thoughts, to surrender control to whatever your higher power is. For me, that's God. Hand it over, because if you don't, this is going to be a really challenging month, as I'm seeing here with this energy, because I don't know that ever in a monthly reading that I've pulled so many swords cards, and those tend to be connected with thoughts and thinking for me. So the first card that we're going to pull is, and they're all reversed, by the way, or most of them are reversed, by the way, which is really saying stuck in thinking, you know, overthinking, having a hard time moving out of our thinking, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we will break it down here with first the King of Swords reversed. Okay, so the King of Swords reversed, we need to make sure that we're not jumping to conclusions too quickly, you know, so try not to get upset and jump into conclusions and or jump to conclusions about things. Make sure you take a little time to feel things out, to really get a sense of what it is that you're trying to understand. And this is going to be a really important time and month for us to try to understand people a little bit better, to try to be a little bit more empathetic, a little bit more compassionate, because if we're going through this sword energy through this month, people are going to be having a hard time. People are going to be struggling. So making sure that you are being as empathetic as you can, or at least, you know, give people some compassion. Don't be too hard. No harsh judgments. Pay attention that you are not being too judgmental or just being harsh on people. We want to make sure that we are giving them as much love as possible. And sometimes, you know, we've got to give people love from afar. Sometimes we don't want to invite them into our energy field or into our lives, or we need to distance ourselves. But let's send love from afar, because this is going to be a difficult energy. If you are somebody who finds themselves wanting to control things a lot, if you have a little bit more of that controlling energy or that need for control, this is going to be a month where you are really trying to learn how to let things go, to surrender things. The sooner you can let it go, the better. The sooner you can say, you know what? I don't have control over this. I can't control this, and so I'm going to hand it over to my higher power and trust that it will be taken care of, because we really have to let that go, especially in regard to trying to control other people, okay? Sometimes people just have to learn their lessons their way, and we have to, as much as we love people, let them learn them, because sometimes we don't learn the lessons unless we learn them the hard way. So we have to let go and try with that to hand that over and to surrender that. The next card that we have here is the Two of Wands, okay? Or Two of Wands, okay? So Two of Wands showing up reversed is about making sure that we're not staying stuck, that we're taking action, this is about making bold career moves or bold moves in your life, you know, being a badass woman, being a badass man, and deciding that you are going to go for it. This is a great month for you to dive right in and go for it. And it's going to be a hard month to go for it, because in your head you're going to be scared and you're going to feel fearful and you're going to struggle. So try not to get too caught in that hesitation, in that fear. Try to not allow yourself to stay stuck. We want to make sure this month that we are moving forward with things, that we are taking inspired actions as we feel compelled to do that. And that doesn't mean we can't take a step back and reflect. You know, like I said, we don't want to jump to conclusions too quickly. We don't want to make decisions too quickly, but at the same time, we don't want to stay stuck either. We don't want to just like get so overwhelmed that we just shut down and do nothing. Stephanie says she's embracing all of the badassness. Yes, absolutely, you should. Hi Christine, thanks for watching. So we want to make sure that we are, you know, if you are right on the brink of making a bold move, you are encouraged to make it this month. Now let's take a look at the next card. Here we have the Three of Swords, and I believe this one is Jennifer Aniston. Some of these ladies, I don't know who they are, but this is Jennifer Aniston, and so this one is showing up another Swords card reversed, okay? So this is again about fear. This is about feeling stuck, a lack of motion, letting fear hold you back. And so this is really encouraging us to try to get a hold over that fear, to try to redirect our focus, to try to focus on what we want to be manifesting in our life, to try to put our energy into trust and in faith and in moving in the direction of faith and taking leaps of faith, and not allowing painful truths to hold us back. I feel like sometimes with the Three of Swords, it's a painful truth, right? It's something that's difficult for us to process, something that's difficult for us to understand. But if we can kind of understand that whatever is happening for us is happening for us, and it's all meant for our highest and best good, if we can just trust in that and continue to do what we need to do to move forward, you know, forward moving momentum, creating that and allowing that, it's going to work out better for us. And specifically, this is showing up with Swords. So again, this is about our thoughts and our thinking, you know, and allowing yourself to try to get a hold over your thinking. Hi Ashleen, thanks for watching. Try to not let your thinking get a hold over you, instead you getting a hold over your thinking. We want to make sure that we are doing that. And one of the ways that we're going to be doing that is with this Hermit card, okay? This is time to take a step back, time to reflect, time to explore your thoughts, time to get to know what's going on in that head of yours. You don't want to avoid your thoughts. You don't want to avoid what's trying to come up for you, but you do want to redirect that if it's negative and it's snowballing and it's becoming problematic and bringing you into a negative place, into a lower vibration. So you do want to try to feel the next best feeling thought. You know, if you're feeling, if the thought that you are thinking is making you feel down and bad and stuck and fearful, what can you think that will help you to feel a little bit better? And then we try to build upon that thought, and we try to just bring ourselves slowly but surely up and out of this negative energy, up and out of this negative fear-based thinking. So if we can do that, and if we can allow ourselves to just take a little space, take a little quiet time to allow this process to happen, to allow these thoughts that are coming up for us to teach us about where we're at, where we still need to work on ourselves, what our fears are, how we can challenge those fears, what steps we need to take. This will allow us to find some clarity, I'm feeling like, with this Hermit card energy. So then we have the 10, another Swords card, guys, another reversed Swords card. The 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is actually Roseanne Barr, this one. And this is about, this is tough. This is a tough one, but I think through the process of finding clarity, we're actually going to be letting parts of ourselves go. Parts of ourselves aren't genuinely us, that really are coming from a fear-based ego place, okay? So it's about letting parts of ourselves die that aren't really us. Do you have those habits? Do you have those parts of yourself? Do you have those needs that you kind of know aren't really you, aren't really helpful, aren't really beneficial for your best life path, but they're still kind of there? This is about looking at them and working on them and working on letting them go, so that the best, absolute best parts of yourself can shine through. So that, you know, and this again is about finding replacements for those thoughts that you are thinking that aren't helpful to you, that aren't serving you anymore, okay? So the way that you're perceiving things, the way that you're perceiving the world, maybe you need to take a look at that, and maybe there need to be some changes that happen so that you can perceive the world in a better way, in a more positive way, in a more light-based way. Because if we can do that, we're going to feel a whole lot better, and we're going to be manifesting even better things into our experience. And then the last card that we have here from the Badass Bitches deck is the 9 of Swords card. Okay, so this is Tanya Harding. And again, a Swords card, okay? And this is all about a victim-based mentality, okay? So, and we all do it, right? Where we let ourselves get into that place of, why did this happen to me? And becoming the victim in a situation. And, you know, sometimes we actually are the victim, but we want to make sure that we're not staying in the energy too long, where it's like, why did this happen to me, and why is this always happening to me, and getting really stuck in the energy, because you're going to manifest more of that. What we really want to be stepping into is an empowering energy. You know, how can I be the best that I can be? How can I live the best life that I can live? What do I have within me that is a gift, that is a strength that I can pull from to be my most successful self? And this all comes with really changing your perception. Again, changing your perception. So anything you can do this month to work on your perception, to work on your thoughts, to work on your thinking, whether, you know, any book that you can find, any videos that you can watch, any podcasts that you can listen to that are about shifting perspective, shifting thinking, better thinking, positive thinking, you are invited to explore those, because I think that they're really going to help you this month. This is a great place for us to work on letting go of old beliefs that just don't work for us anymore, that aren't helpful to us. And speaking of that, I did pull one more card from my fairy deck, and this is the letting go card. What do you need to let go of? Specifically, probably, what old ways of thinking, what old perceptions do you need to let go of that just don't help you anymore, that just don't serve you anymore? Maybe they never really did, but it became a way of protecting yourself, okay? And it's time to let go. It's time to let go of those thinking patterns. It's time to let go of the circumstances, of the people that just don't work for us anymore, especially as we are in this eclipse, we're in between eclipses right now, right? And so anything that you can release, anything that's ready to go, especially before January 11th, let go of it, because I think that this eclipse energy is really going to help you in that release and this eclipse energy will clear things that even we're trying to hold on to with a death grip, you know. It will do it for us in a lot of ways as well. So prepare yourself for that, but understand that anything that's being cleared is really for your highest and best good. So those are your badass bitch messages for January 2020. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. And I always appreciate it if you guys like, comment on this video, share this video, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.